Hey, personal finance fans. I was perusing on the subreddit personal finance on reddit.com and I ran across an interesting question that I know can be controversial in the personal finance space about what's the right way. Do you save to your 401k retirement fund or do you pay off debt? Now, I'm not going to make you watch this entire video until I get to my answer. You'll have my answer in under a minute, but if you want to hang around, you can see all the reasons why I feel the way that I do, but I value your time, so I'm not going to make you hang around all the way to the end to get to the answer of this one. Now, what does Dave Ramsey say? Now, if you know anything about personal finance, Dave Ramsey is a giant in this field, and he has helped out countless number of people get out of debt and become a millionaire status. So what Dave thinks is you should pay off all non-mortgage debt before any savings into your retirement fund or to anything. I think he does account for, he allows you to do like $1,000 emergency savings, but really he says all non-mortgage, that means student loans, credit cards, cars, everything needs to be paid off first before you put any money into retirement. Well, anyway, here's the answer. What I have to say to that one is Dave is wrong. Now, Dave's not going to take you down a path that you're going to bankruptcy or anything like that. His path works, but really, he's wrong in what you should be doing on here. What you should do is save the minimum amount into your 401k that will give you the maximum employer match, and in agreement with him, you need to attack your high interest debt. You have to get that high interest debt out of your life, but it's so important that you get that employer match and the extra benefit of what you put into it alongside of attacking that high interest debt. So this is the answer right here. So anyway, if you don't want to hear any more, understand if you want to jump into to other videos, plenty of other videos to watch, but I think this is extremely important that you understand you have to do both if you want to maximize your personal finance. Well, anyway, though, there are exceptions to this rule that I want to hit on, though. One, if you have a crazy high payday loan, these loans that are over 400% annual interest, you should not be saving to your 401k. You have to be paying this thing off. Also, if you owe family or friends, you need to be paying them off first. Now, I know some people might disagree with this because, you might have the mother-in-law or your best friend that gave you a loan and they were so nice and they love you and they told you, don't worry about paying me back. You need to pay off other things first and get back to me later. Well, frankly, that's a bunch of BS. If you are an adult that goes out there and works and gets into debt and you're earning an income, well, frankly, you need to either man up or woman up and pay these people back. This should be the top priority in your personal finance, is to be an adult and pay people back. These people don't get paid last, they get paid first. And that's where your priority should be. And then finally, if you do have high interest debt, and this is like, we're talking over 15% interest, and it's over 9 months of your salary or greater, well, you probably need to be avoiding 401k and be attacking this as well. And frankly, if you have any of these exceptions, you shouldn't be watching a YouTube video right now. You should be out right now in your third job delivering pizzas, or mowing lawns, or babysitting, because you've put yourself in a horrible situation and you need to do anything, maybe anything outside of illegal behavior in order to pay off this debt, because it's holding you back. So you need to be out there earning extra income to take care of these three exceptions. But anyway, I'll jump off my soapbox here and kind of get into what is a 401k employer match. Well, effectively, many employees offer an incentive for you to save into your 401k savings. There's lots of reasons why they do this. It's not always just because they're good people, but effectively it doesn't really matter. They're giving you a free match and you have to take advantage of this. So normally what it's going to be stated in a way like we're going to match 50% of your first 4% or 50% of the first 6% or 100% of the first 3%. There's different plans. Some are more generous than others, but effectively they're almost always stated like this. But it really doesn't matter how they're stated. It's free money. Your boss is walking over to you and putting cash in front of you and asking you to take it. If you turn it down, I really don't know what to say, but you have to take advantage of that free money. So you got to do it, people. Don't worry about it. Go take the free money. So what does this really mean? If you're not really quite sure, it's a little bit complicated or a little bit confusing. So match 50% of the first 4%. What does that really mean? Let's say you make 75K in a year, or which equates to 6,250 per month. For simplicity's sake, let's just say you get one paycheck per month, but if you got two paychecks per month, this math all works out to be the same. But with the one paycheck, let's say you decided that you wanted to do the minimum to get the maximum match, as I was describing. So 4% of 6,250 is $250 right there. And that's what you are going to be contributing into your 401k account. Now, the 50% match of the 4%, so 50% of the 250 is $125. That's the free money that your employer is offering you, $125 free. You put $250 into your 401k, it immediately turns into $375. It's a 50% gain on day one. There's no investment in the world that's going to give you that kind of return. You have to take advantage of it. But let's say though you want to take Dave's advice, and it's not wrong, and you say, no, I don't want to put anything into my 401k. Dave said I should put the 250 extra in paying off my debt. It's not wrong, it's not bad, it's just not the best use of your money. So let's look at an example here. So you decide to go the Dave Ramsey method. You have a $10,000 credit card balance, which is so incredibly painful, and you're paying 20% interest rate annually to this card right here. So in addition to your normal payment, you're going to put a $250 extra onto your card. That's good. Lowering your credit card balance is not a negative by any means whatsoever. So what kind of savings do you get? You're going to save $4.17 in lower interest that month. So yeah, you save $4. You got to eventually, you got to pay this off. So that's not bad, but what's better? Do you want $125 in free money, or do you want $4 less in your credit card balance? I'll tell you what I would want. I want both, but the top one, 125, is always better than the 417. So that's what you got to go with. And what's one more reason? If you're 35 years old, that $125 that your boss gave you is going to be worth $2,200 at retirement. And now if you're 25 years old, that $125, it's going to be worth $5,600 at retirement. Remember how we talked about this example where you were making $6,200 a month? In this scenario here, your boss is giving you $5,600 when you retire. And that's only one, so that means they've almost doubled your income in a sense. So you got to take advantage of this, people. It's really painful if you're not taking the free money. So Dave is wrong. You need to save the minimum amount to get the maximum match, and you have to attack your high interest debt. I'm not disagreeing that with Dave that you have to get rid of the debt, but you got to be doing both. That match is so valuable for you in the long run that you can't pass it up. Well, anyway, guys, that's my kind of story about my answer to the Reddit question of whether you should be saving to your 401k or should you be paying off debt. What's your answer? What do you think is the best strategy in order to have the maximum gain?